Every day, your habits are silently shaping your future. Not in big, dramatic moments, but in tiny, invisible decisions you make again and again. In Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals a simple truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Small improvements, just 1% better each day, can completely transform your health, confidence, mindset, and success. In this video, we'll break down the powerful methods to build good habits, break bad ones, and create a life that grows automatically. Welcome to Read Flux. Read less, learn more.
The book in 3 sentences. 1. Real change comes from the compound effects of hundreds of small decisions or habits that over time accumulate to produce remarkable results. 2. To achieve our goals, we need to first build systems made of single processes and habits that will take us to our goals. 3. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. It's the good and bad things that we do each and every day that compound over time to create real change. This book helped me understand the difference between systems and goals and why the former is more important. By making small habits a part of our identity, we can, over time, get to our goals no matter how big or small they are. Who should read it? There's really no limit to who should read Atomic Habits. We're all made of habits, therefore this book is inherently about our behaviors and what all of us do every day. That being said, you'll really enjoy this book if you care about achieving your goals, you want to deliberately change your habits, you want to discover how habits are formed, and you want to know how you can build systems that will support your goals.
How the book changed me. It helped me build healthy habits like going to the gym and taking my supplements. From now on, whenever I seek to change my behavior, I look inwards, trying to change my identity first, instead of starting with the desired outcome. I realized that systems are more important than goals, since systems are what really takes us to our goals. Remember, journey before destination. Systems are like the journey, and the goals are our destinations. I definitely notice much more of what I do each day. Every little thing, good or bad, becomes a habit over time that will compound and work for or against us, depending on whether it's positive or negative. My top 3 quotes. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. Time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. Goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the processes that lead to those results.
What are habits? Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. And when we repeat 1% errors day after day through replicating poor decisions, duplicating tiny mistakes, and rationalizing little excuses, our small choices compound into toxic results. There are 4 laws of behavior change that we can use to create good habits and break the bad ones. A single habit is made of a cue, craving, response, and reward. And these components are formed according to the 4 laws of behavior change. 1. Make it obvious. The habit needs to be effortless for us and require no active thinking. For example, when I had a hard time remembering to take my vitamin D pills, I realized that the problem was that I kept these pills on the other side of the kitchen. Once I put them in the obvious spot that I couldn't miss, I started taking them more regularly. 2. Make it attractive. If the habit is unattractive, we likely won't have enough willpower to do it over and over. Therefore, you should come up with some ways to make the habit attractive, even if it's something hard like going to a gym or studying for long hours. For me, it was restricting my fantasy audiobooks listen time to when I was at the gym, which made the whole workout thing much more pleasurable. 3. Make it easy. The less friction there is between you and the habit, the greater the chances are that you'll actually do it. This applies to simple things like packing your gym bag a day before you want to go to the gym, or preparing a healthy meal to make sure that you don't order another takeaway. 4, make it immediately satisfying. Our brain rewards immediate returns, so it's good to come up with something simple that brings us joy right after we perform our habit. Every time I go to the gym, I hop into a pool and spend 10 to 20 minutes in a spa. I know that it sounds a bit excessive, but this little routine makes me much more optimistic about spending an hour or 2 in the gym.
It takes time to build a habit or break a bad one, and that's why most people quit halfway. Time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. If you find yourself struggling to build a good habit or break a bad one, it is not because you have lost your ability to improve. It's often because you've not yet crossed the plateau of latent potential. Complaining about not achieving success despite working hard is like complaining about an ice cube not melting when you heated it from 25 to 31 degrees. Your work was not wasted, it's just being stored. All the action happens at 32 degrees. San Antonio Spurs, one of the most successful teams in NBA history, have a quote from social reformer Jacob Riis hanging in their locker room. "When nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stonecutter hammering away at his rock, perhaps 100 times without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet, at the 101st blow, it was split in two, and I know it was not that last blow that did it, but all that had gone before."
Adopt a systems-first approach instead of focusing on goals. Goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the processes that lead to those results. The goal in any sport is to finish with the best score, but it would be ridiculous to spend the whole game staring at the scoreboard. The only way to actually win is to get better each day. In the words of 3-time Super Bowl winner Bill Walsh, the score takes care of itself. The same is true for other areas of life. If you want better results, then forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. Goals are good for setting a direction, but systems are best for making progress. A handful of problems arise when you spend too much time thinking about your goals and not enough time designing your systems. A systems-first mentality provides the antidote. When you fall in love with the process rather than the product, you don't have to wait to give yourself permission to be happy. You can be satisfied anytime your system is running. And a system can be successful in many different forms, not just the one you first envisioned. The purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. True long-term thinking is goalless thinking. It is not about any single accomplishment. It is about the cycle of endless refinement and continuous improvement. Ultimately, it is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems.
To form good habits, make them a part of your identity. Our habits should be part of our identity and the starting point of building it. Most of us get this wrong. We start with outcomes and work backwards towards our identity. But when a habit comes from who we are, it serves as the best form of intrinsic motivation. For example, I had to change my thinking regarding eating healthy. Before reading Atomic Habits, I was thinking that if I want to reduce my belly fat, I must follow Tim Ferriss's slow-carb diet, which will make me a healthy person. Outcome to identity. But a correct identity-based approach would be for me to think that I'm a healthy person. Therefore, as a healthy person, I'll eat wholesome food and exercise regularly, which will then lead to reduced belly fat. Identity to outcome.
Most people don't even consider identity change when they set out to improve. They just think, I want to be skinny. Outcome. And if I stick to this diet, then I'll be skinny. Process. They set goals and determine the actions they should take to achieve those goals without considering the beliefs that drive their actions. They never shift the way they look at themselves, and they don't realize that their old identity can sabotage their new plans for change. Behind every system of actions is a system of beliefs. The goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to learn an instrument. The goal is to become a musician. Many people walk through life in a cognitive slumber, blindly following the norms attached to their identity. I'm terrible with directions. I'm not a morning person. I'm bad at remembering people's names. I'm always late. I'm not good with technology. I'm horrible at math, and 1,000 other variations. When you have repeated a story to yourself for years, it's easy to slide into these mental grooves and accept them as a fact. Over the long run, however, the real reason you fail to stick with habits is that your self-image gets in the way. This is why you can't get too attached to one version of your identity. Progress requires unlearning. Becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your beliefs and to upgrade and expand your identity. Your identity emerges out of your habits. You are not born with preset beliefs. Every belief, including those about yourself, is learned and conditioned through experience.
More precisely, your habits are how you embody your identity. When you make your bed each day, you embody the identity of an organized person. When you write each day, you embody the identity of a creative person. When you train each day, you embody the identity of an athletic person. Whatever your identity is right now, you only believe it because you have proof of it. If you go to church every Sunday for 20 years, you have evidence that you are religious. If you study biology for 1 hour every night, you have evidence that you are studious. If you go to the gym even when it's snowing, you have evidence that you are committed to fitness. The more evidence you have for a belief, the more strongly you will believe it. This is a gradual evolution. We do not change by snapping our fingers and deciding to be someone entirely new. We change bit by bit, day by day, habit by habit. We're continually undergoing micro-evolution of the self. Each habit is like a suggestion. Hey, maybe this is who I am. If you finish a book, then perhaps you are the type of person who likes reading. If you go to the gym, then perhaps you are the type of person who likes exercise. If you practice playing the guitar, perhaps you're the type of person who likes music. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Building better habits isn't about littering your day with life hacks. It's not about flossing one tooth each night or taking a cold shower each morning or wearing the same outfit each day. It's not about achieving external measures of success like earning more money, losing weight, or reducing stress. Habits can help you achieve all of these things, but fundamentally, they are not about having something. They are about becoming someone. Ultimately, your habits matter because they help you become the type of person you wish to be. They are the channel through which you develop your deepest beliefs about yourself. Quite literally, you become your habits.
If you're still having trouble determining how to rate a particular habit, here is a question I like to use. Does this behavior help me become the type of person I wish to be? Does this habit cast a vote for or against my desired identity? Habits that reinforce your desired identity are usually good. Habits that conflict with your desired identity are usually bad. Many people think they lack motivation when what they really lack is clarity. It is not always obvious when and where to take action. Disciplined people are better at structuring their lives in a way that does not require heroic willpower and self-control. In other words, they spend less time in tempting situations. The people with the best self-control are typically the ones who need to use it the least. It's easier to practice self-restraint when you don't have to use it very often. So, yes, Perseverance, grit, and willpower are essential to success. But the way to improve these qualities is not by wishing you were a more disciplined person, but by creating a more disciplined environment. It is easy to get bogged down trying to find the optimal plan for change, the fastest way to lose weight, the best program to build muscle, the perfect idea for side hustle. We're so focused on figuring out the best approach that we never get around to taking action. As Voltaire once wrote, "The best is the enemy of the good." If the motion doesn't lead to results, why do we do it? Sometimes we do it because we actually need to plan or learn more, but more often than not, we do it because motion allows us to feel like we're making progress without running the risk of failure.
Most of us are experts at avoiding criticism. It doesn't feel good to fail or to be judged publicly, so we tend to avoid situations where that might happen. And that's the biggest reason why you slip into motion rather than taking action. You want to delay failure. It's easy to be in motion and convince yourself that you're still making progress. You think, I've got conversations going with 4 potential clients right now. This is good. We're moving in the right direction. Or, I brainstormed some ideas for that book I want to write. This is coming together. Motion makes you feel like you're getting things done. But really, you're just preparing to get something done. When preparation becomes a form of procrastination, you need to change something. You don't want to merely be planning, you want to be practicing. If you want to master a habit, the key is to start with a repetition, not perfection. You don't need to map out every feature of a new habit, you just need to practice. This is the first takeaway of the third law. You just need to get your reps in. The greater the obstacle, that is, the more difficult the habit, the more friction there is between you and your desired end state. This is why it is crucial to make your habits so easy that you'll do them even when you don't feel like it. If you can make your good habits more convenient, you'll be more likely to follow through on them. Certainly, you are capable of doing very hard things. The problem is that some days you feel like doing the hard work, and some days you feel like giving in. On tough days, it's crucial to have as many things working in your favor as possible so that you can overcome the challenges life naturally throws your way. The less friction you face, the easier it is for your stronger self to emerge.
When I walk into a room, everything is in its right place, Knuckles wrote. Because I do this every day in every room, stuff always stays in good shape. People think I work hard, but I'm actually really lazy. I'm just proactively lazy. It gives you so much time back. We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. This is entirely logical. Feelings of pleasure, even minor ones like washing your hands with soap that smells nice and lathers well, are signals that tell the brain, this feels good. Do this again next time. Pleasure teaches your brain that a behavior is worth remembering and repeating. Every habit produces multiple outcomes across time. Unfortunately, these outcomes are often misaligned. With our bad habits, the immediate outcome usually feels good, but the ultimate outcome feels bad. With good habits, it is the reverse. The immediate outcome is unenjoyable, but the ultimate outcome feels good. The French economist Frédéric Bastiat explained the problem clearly when he wrote, "It almost always happens that when the immediate consequence is favorable, the later consequences are disastrous, and vice versa. Often, the sweeter the first fruit of a habit, the more bitter are its later fruits." Put another way, the costs of your good habits are in the present. The costs of your bad habits are in the future. The brain's tendency to prioritize the present moment means you can't rely on good intentions. When you make a plan to lose weight, write a book, or learn a language, you are actually making plans for your future self. And when you envision what you want your life to be like, it is easy to see the value in taking actions with long-term benefits. We all want better lives for our future selves. However, When the moment of decision arrives, instant gratification usually wins. You are no longer making a choice for future you, who dreams of being fitter or wealthier or happier. You are choosing for present you, who wants to be full, pampered, and entertained. As a general rule, the more immediate pleasure you get from an action, the more strongly you should question whether it aligns with your long-term goals. Here's the problem. Most people know that delaying gratification is the wise approach. They want the benefits of good habits, to be healthy, productive, at peace. But these outcomes are seldom top of mind at the decisive moment. Thankfully, it's possible to train yourself to delay gratification, but you need to work with the grain of human nature, not against it. The best way to do this is to add a little bit of immediate pleasure to the habits that pay off in the long run, and a little bit of immediate pain to ones that don't. The vital thing in getting a habit to stick is to feel successful, even if it's in a small way. A feeling of success is a signal that your habit paid off and that the work was worth the effort. In a perfect world, the reward for a good habit is the habit itself. In the real world, good habits tend to feel worthwhile only after they have provided you with something. Early on, it's all sacrifice. You've gone to the gym a few times, but you're not stronger or fitter or faster, at least not in any noticeable sense. It's only months later, once you shed a few pounds or your arms gain some definition, that it becomes easier to exercise for its own sake. In the beginning, you need a reason to stay on track. This is why immediate rewards are essential. They keep you excited, while the delayed rewards accumulate in the background.
Immediate reinforcement can be especially helpful when dealing with habits of avoidance, which are behaviors you want to stop doing. It can be challenging to stick with habits like no frivolous purchases or no alcohol this month, because nothing happens when you skip happy hour drinks or don't buy that pair of shoes. It can be hard to feel satisfied when there is no action in the first place. All you're doing is resisting temptation, and there isn't much satisfying about that. One solution is to turn the situation on its head. You want to make avoidance visible. Open a savings account and label it for something you want, maybe leather jacket. Whenever you pass on a purchase, put the same amount of money in the account. Skip your morning latte, transfer $5. Pass on another month of Netflix, move $10 over. It's like creating a loyalty program for yourself. The immediate reward of seeing yourself save money toward the leather jacket feels a lot better than being deprived. You are making it satisfying to do nothing. It is worth noting that it is important to select short-term rewards that reinforce your identity, rather than ones that conflict with it. Buying a new jacket is fine if you're trying to lose weight or read more books, but it doesn't work if you're trying to budget and save money. Instead, taking a bubble bath or going on a leisurely walk are good examples of rewarding yourself with free time, which aligns with your ultimate goal of more freedom and financial independence. Similarly, if your reward for exercising is eating a bowl of ice cream, then you're casting votes for conflicting identities, and it ends up being a wash. Instead, maybe your reward is a massage, which is both a luxury and a vote toward taking care of your body. Now the short-term reward is aligned with your long-term vision of being a healthy person.
Eventually, as intrinsic rewards like a better mood, more energy, and reduced stress kick in, you'll become less concerned with chasing the secondary reward. The identity itself becomes the reinforcer. You do it because it's who you are, and it feels good to be you. The more a habit becomes part of your life, the less you need outside encouragement to follow through. Incentives can start a habit. Identity sustains a habit. In summary, a habit needs to be enjoyable for it to last. Simple bits of reinforcement, like soap that smells great, or toothpaste that has a refreshing mint flavor, or seeing $50 hit your savings account, can offer the immediate pleasure you need to enjoy a habit. And change is easy when it is enjoyable. Don't break the chain is a powerful mantra. Don't break the chain of sales calls and you'll build a successful book of business. Don't break the chain of workouts and you'll get fit faster than you'd expect. Don't break the chain of creating every day and you will end up with an impressive portfolio. The first mistake is never the one that ruins you. It is the spiral of repeated mistakes that follows. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. You don't realize how valuable it is to just show up on your bad days or busy days. Lost days hurt you more than successful days help you. If you start with $100, then a 50% gain will take you to $150. But you only need a 33% loss to take you back to $100. In other words, avoiding a 33% loss is just as valuable as achieving a 50% gain. As Charlie Munger says, the first rule of compounding, never interrupt it.
This is why the bad workouts are often the most important ones. Sluggish days and bad workouts maintain the compound gains you accrued from previous good days. Simply doing something, 10 squats, 5 sprints, a push-up, anything really, is huge. Don't put up a 0. Don't let losses eat into your compounding. Furthermore, it's not always about what happens during the workout. It's about being the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. It's easy to train when you feel good, but it's crucial to show up when you don't feel like it, even if you do less than you hope. Going to the gym for 5 minutes may not improve your performance, but it reaffirms your identity. The secret to maximizing your odds of success is to choose the right field of competition. This is just as true with habit change as it is with sports and business. Habits are easier to perform and more satisfying to stick with when they align with your natural inclinations and abilities. Like Michael Phelps in the pool or Hikam El Gurouj on the track, you want to play a game where the odds are in your favor. When you can't win by being better, you can win by being different. By combining your skills, you reduce the level of competition, which makes it easier to stand out. You can shortcut the need for a genetic advantage or for years of practice by rewriting the rules. A good player works hard to win the game everyone else is playing. A great player creates a new game that favors their strengths and avoids their weaknesses. At some point, it comes down to who can handle the boredom of training every day, doing the same lifts over and over and over.
People talk about getting amped up to work on their goals. Whether it's business or sports or art, you hear people say things like, "It all comes down to passion," or "You have to really want it." As a result, many of us get depressed when we lose focus or motivation because we think that successful people have some bottomless reserve of passion. But this coach was saying that really successful people feel the same lack of motivation as everyone else. The difference is that they still find a way to show up despite the feelings of boredom. As Machiavelli noted, men desire novelty to such an extent that those who are doing well wish for a change as much as those who are doing badly. I can guarantee that if you manage to start a habit and keep sticking to it, there will be days when you feel like quitting. When you start a business, there will be days when you don't feel like showing up. When you're at the gym, there will be sets that you don't feel like finishing. When it's time to write, there will be days that you don't feel like typing. But stepping up when it's annoying or painful or draining to do so, that's what makes a difference between a professional and an amateur. Professionals stick to the schedule. Amateurs let life get in the way. Professionals know what is important to them and work toward it with purpose. Amateurs get pulled off course by the urgencies of life. David Kane, an author and meditation teacher, encourages his students to avoid being fair-weather meditators. Similarly, you don't want to be a fair-weather athlete, or a fair-weather writer, or a fair-weather anything. When a habit is truly important to you, you have to be willing to stick to it in any mood. Professionals take action even when the mood isn't right. They might not enjoy it, but they find a way to put in the reps.
There have been a lot of sets that I haven't felt like finishing, but I have never regretted doing the workout. There have been a lot of articles I haven't felt like writing, but I've never regretted publishing on schedule. There have been a lot of days I've felt like relaxing, but I've never regretted showing up and working on something that was important to me.
Remember, habits are not just actions. They are votes for the person you want to become. If you start small, stay consistent, and build systems, your life can change faster than you imagine. If you found value in this summary, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more life-changing book breakdowns. Check out our channel for summaries on money mindset, discipline and productivity, personal growth, motivation, and success. Thanks for watching, and keep stacking your 1% improvements. Read Flux, knowledge that pays.